Morning, guys. We have some fog out there in Branson. Hard to see outside the camera. That landing, tough to make out with some of that dense fog. It's 46 degrees with calm winds. The roads, though, are dry. We've got this fog stretching from Clinton with a quarter-mile visibility there, quarter-mile in Clinton, less than that in Fort Leonard, and three-quarters of a mile in West Plains. So it's patchy to locally dense, not all that widespread, but you want to make sure you use your headlights as you head out the door. Temperatures are in the 40s, 45 degrees in Springfield, 43 in Mountain Grove, and 48 in Ava. So a little bit chilly to start. Make sure you grab jackets. Mostly sunny through dismissal. Temperatures below average at 68 degrees. The Cardinals play a game at Hammons Field tonight at 6:30. Home run weather, 66 degrees for that first pitch, though it will turn cool by the ninth inning. We're looking at a couple of clouds today with temperatures in the 60s. Overnight, we drop into the 40s with clear skies. Then by tomorrow, we set up a pattern where we just can't rule out an isolated shower or thunderstorm. You can see futurecast showing that most locations stay dry, just maybe one or two storms. Temperatures in the 70s tomorrow. We'll have a spotty shower or thunderstorm also possible on Wednesday with a temperature of 80. Sunshine and south winds warm us up both Thursday and Friday into the middle 80s. Joe, Lauren.
Here's what's making news now. The Springfield Fire and Police Departments were both called to Lake Springfield last night just before 10:30 to perform a water rescue below the dam. 4 people, 3 adults and 1 juvenile were involved. It's unclear how the 4 ended up in the water, which is high right now because of recent rainfall. The departments reacted quickly and were able to retrieve all 4 victims and get them medical attention shortly after they went into the water. We do not know about injuries right now.
The Laclede County Sheriff announced yesterday that a body was found earlier in the morning just outside the city limits of Lebanon. The body was found near the 1500 block of Bryce Street. Law enforcement were called in at 5 in the morning. The deputies are investigating this as a suspicious death. We move on to our medical coverage this morning for you. Over 40 million men in America suffer from a prostate condition known as BPH, and it's an ailment that occurs as men age.
Over 12 million of those men have searched for urologists' help. Our Hannah Zettel spoke with them, and she even visited with a patient as well. She's now here in the studio, joining us to explain how a new treatment is improving their quality of life. Hannah?
Lauren and Joe, good morning. That treatment is called UroLift, and here in Springfield, Dr. Barry Farber is one of the few practitioners that can complete that treatment under local anesthesia. BPH is the enlargement of the prostatic tissue. UroLift is a minimally invasive treatment that spreads apart that tissue rather than removing it. BPH symptoms include interrupted sleep, urinary problems, loss of productivity, and decreased quality of life. Cox Health urologist Dr. Barry Farber explains that because the symptoms are inconvenient rather than painful, some men wait to talk to a doctor, which can lead to more problems down the line, even kidney failure.
It tends to be more of a chronic. It doesn't come on suddenly. So it tends to be more of a chronic, smoldering condition. The man thinks, well, I think a lot of guys have this problem. It's just part of aging. And then next thing you know, they have kidney failure.
UroLift is readily available here in Springfield and has treated over 100,000 men worldwide. The procedure can even be completed under local anesthesia. So if you're experiencing any of those symptoms of BPH, consult a urologist.
Hannah Zettel reporting this morning. Some more local news we want to follow up on. You may recall Hannah's story from Friday about some professional bull riders at our studio to discuss the inaugural Mason Lowe Invitational in Cassville. We found out that event raised $15,000 that will go to benefiting St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital in Mason's name. The event organizers say they're proud of the turnout and happy to help some children in the name of Mason.
QPS is teaming up with the Missouri Job Center for a hiring event coming up next week. On Tuesday, QPS is looking to hire for multiple positions, including machine operator and production positions. The event will last from 12 until 3 in the afternoon. Make sure to bring your resume if you have one.
The city of Springfield encourages you to use a different means of transportation to work and school at least once this week as part of the town's Bike, Walk, and Wheel Week. It's to promote using active modes of transportation other than driving. The transit services will also be taking part in alternative transportation because they'll offer free rides to anyone who bikes to that transit service. Steve Ripper with the Springfield Bicycle Club says it serves as a good starting point for people to consider other modes of travel.
It's kind of the kickoff, get everybody in that groove, in that mode of seeking alternative transportation, and maybe stepping out of their comfort zone and riding to work.
There is a full week's worth of activities. You can find that list when you see the story on ozarksfirst.com.
Also happening around the Ozarks, one local law enforcement group is taking a new approach to keeping its community safer. Eminence Police is asking its residents to let them know if you have a security system in your home or your business. Police say it will help them in multiple ways. They're compiling a list of these places with security systems to help them in an area if there's a major incident. They can also gather vehicle and suspect descriptions from video surveillance. The police said none of the personal information will be shared, and the department says you will only be contacted if your system might have captured something that could help during an investigation.
Least of These Food Pantry began a new program to help those facing food insecurity in Christian County. The Summer Healthy Food Initiative looks to provide families with extra fruit and vegetable options and proteins and whole grains, in addition to 5 days of supplemental food already given. This will continue through August and provide an additional 100 pounds of food for every needy family. It's all funded through separate grantors like the Dar Family Foundation. And if you would like to support the program, you can, of course, donate at leastofthesefoodpantry.com.
Let's take a look this morning at what's coming up after daybreak.
I'm Nora O'Donnell. Coming up, new trouble for a northern California town destroyed by wildfires. The water problem making it harder to rebuild. That's coming up here on CBS This Morning.
A big story we're tracking right now is about Julian Assange. Swedish prosecutors want to reopen a rape case involving him that took place a while ago.
About 10 years ago, and they were unable to do so before whenever he was at the embassy, but now that he's been taken out, they're working to reopen those charges.
The case was dropped 2 years ago, and now they're saying this is going to provide an issue because the U.S. wants him back here, and Sweden now wants him over there. So we'll have to see what's happening with that. Another big trend, sports-wise. We got to talk about this.
We got to look at the video.
Game 7, Toronto and Philadelphia. We're tied up. Winner moves on. Loser goes home. Kawhi Leonard falls out of bounds. There's the shot. Bounces around 5 times. Goes in. This is to win a series.
Insane.
There it is. The viewing party going nuts right now.
And you said that this is the first time this has happened in a Game 7.
First Game 7 buzzer-beating win ever.
And it was
unbelievable.
My gosh.
I was out of breath after that. I was after seeing that. It was unbelievable.
Insane.
You're out of breath now. Yeah, have her take over.
Are you all right?
Yeah,
68 degrees with sunshine, a little bit cool today. We've got some fog out there this morning, so be careful. Spotty shower chances Tuesday and Wednesday, but I really do think they'll be spotty.
All right. We like seeing those 80s. We're taking a live look at that sunrise coming up here in Springfield. It's going to be a beautiful day.